You gotta get into the groove.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another session of Groove Asia Leaders Unite. My name is Pt.4 and I am coming at you live from New Zealand. Now, if you're joining me live, just put a hashtag live into the comment box. And if you're joining, or if you're watching the replay, just put a hashtag replay. Now, while you're with me on this live session, feel free to ask me questions about anything pertaining to Groove. But just refrain from any support questions because we don't have any contact or connection with Groove support. So we do not work for Groove. We do these sessions purely because we want to help our community on their journey into working on their projects within Groove. So any support questions, mind you, some may not be support questions. They might seem like it. You might have something that you're working on, but you're not too sure whether or not you're doing it properly or anything like that. Just put it into the chat, and I'll see if I can help you. All right, so I'm pretty excited about today. We've got quite a lot on today. I'm wondering how we're going to get through it all. If we don't get through it all, we will extend it into next week. So but we will be drawing the winner for the website template that I'm working on today, and hopefully we'll get enough names in our contact in our comments there. We have Sam. Welcome, Sam. Sam AI, which is Samir. Welcome again, Samir, and we have Nancy as well. Tyra. Of course, Tyra's a great support for me. She does the comments in here, which is really cool. We also have Johan and Dr. Lisa. So good to have you guys. Pretty much the regulars, which is really cool. All right. Okay. So if you're new to Groove, by the way, we're going to probably just sort of start from the dashboard so you can see what it's like when you actually go into your Groove. So let me just share my screen. All right. Okay. So when you first log into Groove, if you're new to Groove and if you're watching this as a replay, you will see this dashboard. Okay. So, and you'll have like a menu up above here, but I like to use this one on the left-hand side here. If I hover over the Groove icon, then I can actually see some of the apps here as well. Now, why I like using this is because I can right-click if I'm on a PC. I can right-click and I can go. I can actually go to whatever app I want on another tab. You can't actually do that here. You can't actually right-click and create another tab to the right of it. So you can only do it in here over the Groove icon. So that's what I like doing there is right-clicking and then putting it into another tab because I like to have this still open and available for me. And this is the great thing about Groove. If you hadn't heard it from me before, you'll hear it again anyway. Well, you'll hear it now, and for those who have heard it, you'll hear it again. But the great thing about Groove is that you can have multiple tabs open up. If you've got a really good computer, by the way, a high-spec computer, you can have multiple tabs opened up. You can have multiple websites or Groove pages opened up at the same time. You can have Groove Mail open up as well. So you can work on different tabs without having to go out of one app and then into another. And that's kind of what I like about it as well. So let's just go to Groove pages. All right. So okay, so if I go to Groove pages, come over here. And this is what you're going to see. I'm just going to shift tab. So we have, hey Samir, How are you going? We have Nancy, the hashtag live, Samir, hashtag live. Obviously, everybody else who's in here is a hashtag live. Johan, Dr. Lisa. So good to have you guys here. All right, now it's a little bit slow loading up today. I have noticed that there has been some comments from John Garcia in the Groove CM Facebook page that things may be running a little bit slow today, or slow at the moment, but it does actually come up. I tried this all before I came on live, because I wanted to make sure that I could still show, still do my session today. So anyway, you will come into this part here where you will see it. I'm just going to make this. Let's come on here. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So you have your gallery of websites here. We're working on this one, by the way. I've already got this up and running, so we're just going to go straight into here, into this tab. Let me just reload this. And we've got Karen Allen, hashtag live. Good to have you, Karen. And Karen is one of our leaders in the Groove Asia community. She does her segment of the Groove Asia Leaders Unite on another day, another time zone as well, compared to mine. All right, so we're inside the back end of the website that we're working on. Let me just correct this. Just going to correct this here, because I know Dr. Lisa will probably pull me up about that. Okay, that should say, oh, hang on. It did actually say template. Okay, so we're inside the website that we're working on now. If you remember rightly, last week I did a tab. It was actually a pre-done tab, and it was fairly limited because I couldn't actually make the images bigger and all that. And I said to you guys that, I'll probably revisit that this week as well, and just start from scratch, which I have. And I've done a completed one, but I want to show you how I started it anyway. So just to refresh your memory, this was the tab that I used last week. And as you can see, I couldn't actually make this image bigger. I couldn't do any adjustments, if you like, with imaging and all that sort of thing. And so it kind of looks quite small. Hi, Lucy. Good to have you. So we got Lucy from Hong Kong. Hashtag live. Good to have you, Lucy. Yeah, so that was a bit of an issue. I mean, it just wasn't. I just wasn't able to customize it the way that I want it, because that's the whole part of this, is trying to customize things the way that I would like it, rather than what I'm, what I have to actually be limited to. So I decided to go and do my own tab, and as you can see here, I've got it hidden. So let's just hide this one. I'm going to hide this one. And let's just focus on the one that I did actually, well, we're going to probably recreate this, but I'm going to unhide this one. And then you'll see what I did. Yeah, okay. So now you see I've got a whole different looking tab compared to the one that I've just hidden. And when you go on here, you're much bigger images, obviously, and, that sort of thing. So at the end of the day, and I'm not sure what, oh yeah, it's got that. At the end of the day, that's kind of what I was after. I was wanting to be able to customize it. So let me show you how I did that, okay? Because it's all very well me showing you the end product, but you probably want to know how to actually do it without using the pre-made one. So here's how you do it. Okay, let's just create another block. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to go empty block. Now in here, I'm going to add some space in between the block above me and the block below me. So let me just come into here. I'm going to add some space in there. I'm going to go on the outside of the block border line, and I'm just going to add some spacing just like that. Okay, just so that it kind of doesn't confuse me. Now that I've got this empty container in the block, I'm going to come over to elements and I'm going down to tabs. And here you will see tab container, tab content, tab heads. Now, basically, this is the tab container, which is this part here, right? That's the tab container. Well, the whole thing. And then you've got the tab content, which is here. All right. And then you've got the tab headings, if you like. I think that's what they are. Let me just have a quick look. Elements, then under tabs, tab heads. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag it. We're going to drag and drop the tab container into here. Oh, like so. Okay. Now, saying here, this is an empty tabs container. Drop some tab heads and some tab content. So let's just do this in order. Let's go back over to elements again. Come down to tabs, and then we'll go tab content there. Drag and drop that into there. All right. Okay, so now we've got here where it says to add block. But what we want to do is we want to add some tab heads before we do that. Okay, so let's come back over to elements again. Come down to tab heads, and let's just drag and drop that into there. All right, so now what we have, whoops, if I can get, we have 2 tab heads there. All right, we probably want, well, we want 4. That's what we want. Okay, so let's just click on here, and then we're going to go up 1, and then we're going to come into here. So you can see we've got tab 1, tab 2. We're going to add another 2 more, I think it was, or yeah, 2 more, and we'll update that. So now we've got 4 tabs, kind of like what we've got up here, 4 tabs, right? Then we're going to add, so we're on tab 1, okay? We're on tab 1 there. So then we're going to add the tab content 1, we're going to add a block. All right, so this time, the block that I'm going to put on here is a 2-column block. Come over to empty blocks, and then I'm just going to choose this one here. All right, let's go over to tab 2. All right, so now you can see we just got to add another block. Again, I'm going to add a 2-column block. There. If it doesn't work the first time, sometimes this is what happens. If it doesn't work the first time, just do it again. Okay, just add a block, come back here, and then go click on it again, and then it will work the second time. Just a little tip, because sometimes people don't understand why it doesn't work the first time around. Okay, let's just click away from there so I can see this. Tab 3. All right, you notice there's nothing there. All right, so what we need to do, we need to go back here, and let's just click on here. We'll just click on the container. All right, and let's maybe just go one up. And one more. One more there, 2 more there. Okay, you can see now we've got tab content. We actually need 4. There's only 2, so we're going to add another 2 more. 1, 2. All right, and what we're going to do is these ones here, you can see they're not linked. These are linked to the tab heads, but these aren't. Okay, so we're going to click on this, and you'll see what's available. Tab head 3 is available. We're going to click that one. So now that's connected with the tab heading. And then we do the same for tab content 4. Click on the link here, and then that should be available. So we'll click on that. And now we've got all these tabs, tab headings, if you like. Get rid of that. We've got all these tab headings connected with a tab container. Hopefully everybody can follow me on that. So when I click on tab 1, we're going to have this. When I click on tab 2, we're going to have this. And then tab 3, we still got to put a block in there, and tab 4. Okay, so let's go to tab 3. Let's add a block. And we're going to go for 2-column block again. Again, it hasn't actually worked straight away. So let's just do this again. Whoops. Mouse is going funny here. Let's just do this again. Empty block, 2-column block. Okay, and then we have one more that we've got to do, which is tab 4. Again, we're going for a 2-column block. And let's just do that again. You don't have to have 2 columns. You could have 3 columns if you want to. It's up to you. But I like to just have a 2-column because I can do different things. Like I can just have a image on the side and then some information on that side. All right. So now let's go back to here. We'll go to tab 1. And then we're going to just start putting stuff in here. So in here, I'm going to put an element and I'm going to make it a video. I'm going to drag and drop and I'm going to put that in there. All right, so that's a video. That's a video in there. Beside it, I'm going to just put a title with some paragraphs, with a paragraph. I'm coming over to here. Let's go to title paragraph, drag and drop into here. All right. And you can see this is how it's all working with this one here as well. So yeah, it kind of looks the same, right? Let's go to tab 2. Again, I'm not going to put a video this time. I'm just going to put an image. Come down here to image. And then in the other one, in the other column, I'm going to put a title and paragraph here. You'll see that the image is actually to the left. Let's just center that up. So I'm going to come over to here where it says layout. And then I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to go center. All right, so that the image is center now. Okay, next one, tab 3. We're more or less going to do the same as what we did before. Grab an image placeholder, I should say. Grab a title. And actually, this time what we'll do is we will do a list. Okay, so we're going to just do a regular list here. I'm going to drag and drop that over to here. Okay. Now, I'm going to center this image again here like that. Over here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here once, then twice. Click on it once, then go up 1, like that, like so, and then I'm going to duplicate it. I'm just going to put 3 features, if you like. You could use them bullet points as features, up to you. So that's tab 3. Let's go to tab 4. And again, now what I'm going to do is get another image placeholder, drag and drop, and then we'll do another title and paragraph, like so. Okay, cool. I'm going to center that image again. Here we go. All right, so now there's a couple of little niggly things you got to do just to make it kind of like I had to do for this one here. And one is the font. I want the font to be a certain size. You will notice that when you actually click on the font, when you come over to here to the text, it's a 0. All right. Now, just because that may look okay to you, it could cause you problems a little bit down the track if you don't actually set it in stone here. Like, okay, so I'm going to be making this like an 18 pixel font. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing there. So let's just work on one tab at a time. We're going to work our way back. So we'll work on one tab at a time and doing some of the things that I do to each one before I start putting images and stuff like that in. Okay, so I've made that 18. You can make it 16, and I would probably advise anywhere between 16 and 18. All right. So I'm making that one 18. The heading I'm making 20. So it's just a couple more than the font, the content itself. So I'm going to make that 20. Again, there's no size. All right. So there you go. All right, now one of the things is what I want to do is I want to add some spacing underneath this. Okay, I just want to add some spacing in here under this container. So I'm going to come over here to spacing. I'm going to click on here and I'm just going to put 20. I'll tell you the reason why after. Okay, so and then above here, I'm going to click one more time. Above this borderline, or this border, there is no space between that. If you can see, no space between the container and the actual tabs. I want to create some space. I don't want to sort of touch in the tabs. So I'm going to click on here, and then I'm going to go up one. So I select the whole container here, or layout if you like. And then I want to add some space above it as well. So I'm going to put 20 there as well. Okay, so now we've actually created some space up the top. Let's do that to the next one. Over here, I'm going to add some space above it. There. And then I'm also going to add some space below the last, or actually, well, let's just, yeah, below the last line here. So I'm just going to put a spacing of 20. It's already 12. I'm going to put 20. Again, I will show you the reason why I'm doing this after I've finished. Let's go to tab 2. Select the container. Space above is 20. Come over to the content here. Let's make all the text in there 16. Let's make the heading 18. And then come back on the container again, and I'm going to add some spacing of 20. Okay, that's on the outside of the borderline, not on the inside. Okay, on the outside of the borderline. Okay, that's tab 2. We're just on our last one here. Once again, select the whole container, add some spacing above. Let's go 20 again, and then come over. Let's start with the title first. Make that 18. You see some of the little things that you got to do in order to actually, to get that look and feel right if you want. But always stay consistent, right? Just keep consistent. Format a pattern for you, or get into a habit of having a routine of how you do things for each type of element, if you like, or container or block or whatever. But just form a pattern so that you do that. You repeat that over and over again, and you will never get lost in where you are in the whole process. Okay, let's make this 16. 18 there, and we want some spacing after that. Spacing, we want 20. Okay, all right. All right, so we've done that. We've got the 4 tabs. We need to name them. So I'm just going to follow this us. So let's name these tabs. This is where we name them. Here. We're going to do the next one is going to be, I can't even remember what the next one was. What was the next one? Expertise, what we offer. Let's talk. Okay. Expertise. I try and get away from just using your same old titles. Just try and make it different. So why us? So kind of like what we do. Expertise, kind of like what areas that we are skilled in. And then can't remember what the other last one was. Let's talk. So contact us is probably the one for that. Let's talk. And that was it. Let me just come back here again. Let's talk. What we offer. Okay, cool. So what we offer. So our services, if you like. Okay. Let's update that. Right. We want to make it what this looks like. So let's just do some changing in here. I'm going to go tab by tab, by the way. So first of all, we're going to actually change the text. We're going to do that bold. We're going to go for color of white. Then we're going to go for a background of red. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some spacing of, we'll make it 15. Okay. So on the inside of the tab, there's a 15 spacing, but on the left and right side of the heading or the text, if you like. Let's do the same again here. You can see what, oh, by the way, while we're still on that one, okay, so we've done all that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over hover, going to go to background. We're going to choose a color kind of like the second one down from the black. So it's kind of like a lighter black. And then we're going to go to active, and then we're going to do the same again. We're just going to use the same color. Okay. All right, let's do the same here. Once again, text, white. And we're going to make it bold. Okay. The background is going to be red again. The hover is going to be the kind of gunmetal gray. The active is going to be the same color. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to add some spacing on the either side of the heading, and we're going to make that 15. Okay. And so on. Let's carry on. White. I think I need to make this here too as well. I think that was 20. No, that wasn't 20. That was 18. Oh my gosh. 18. No. What was it? Must have been 16. Yeah, okay. So is that 16 too as well? No, I didn't even have one on there. 16. Text. All right. Okay. We need to do the color of the background. So the background is red. The hover is the gray color, and then the active is the same color. Next one, let's make sure that text is 16. We want to go for the bold white, and then we go for background color. Here is going to be red. Hover is going to be the gray, and the active is going to be the gray as well. Cool. So you know what the active is basically when you click on a tab, it will stay in the live view. It will stay that color, right? To show that it's active. Okay, so we've done that, which is really cool. We've got that all done. Now we need to just work on these images. Let's start from YRs first. Actually, we'll leave that like that. We'll go to here. Now the other thing is about images. Now, if you're stuck for images, just use the stock one. That's what I did here. So in terms of, what was this one again? Expertise. In terms of expertise, I just chose an image that, well, all I did was go into stock photos here. I went into, I think I put expertise, and just see what it came up with. All right. I don't know what came up with food. Okay, let's just put in, we'll go expert. Okay. So if you choose an image, you could put, I don't know, you might have some images that you want to put in, that's up to you. But if you just want to choose a generic image, then just come over to, just do what I did in the stock photos here. Let's go for something like this here. I don't see any questions, so everybody must be pretty cool. Johan says, awesome demo and tip. Thanks, Johan. All right, now I'm not going to actually just select the image straight away because those are big images. They're quite big. I'm going to come over to the three dots here, come over to the crop, and I'm just going to make that image here. I'm just going to make it 300. Actually, might even, yeah, 300. Actually, no, well, let's make that 400. Yeah, make that 400. And then crop. And then update. Now, you can see the image doesn't quite take up the whole space there. So what I normally do is I go on the image. So this is where I can do this on the other tab. The other tab one down here, the pre-made one. I couldn't change the size. So I'm just going to click on the image itself, come over to size. Now we've got percentage there, but I'm going to go up here, up top here with width. I'm going to go relative to parent, and then that will just make it bigger. So it'll fill that space is what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't actually look like there's a lot of white space around it, because I kind of don't like that one there. Okay, so that's that one. All right, let's go to what we can offer. Let's just get another image. I'll just grab one of the ones that I already got. I can't remember what that one was about, but anyway, let me just do this one. There, I'm going to go for 450. Crop and select and update. Again, that's already selected the image. I'm going to come over to size, come up to the top width here, and then go relative to parent. Cool. All right, next one is let's talk. Here, come over to here. And I got this image from the stock images again. There's a guy just about to make a phone call. So let's just do this one here, make that 450 again. And then crop. Update, and let's make that image bigger. You can control the size if you want to. So if I did this here like that, I should be able to make it smaller if I want to. Like say, let me just do about, say, maybe 90. And let's do that to the rest as well. So you can make it smaller. Might be a wee bit too big. And come over to here, same thing. Size, let's make that 90. And get that thing out of the way. Here, let's make that one 90. That one there in height is a different size to the other images, so, but that's okay. What you can do if you really wanted to, okay, you can actually just get that image again, come over here, choose. All right, we're going to go 450 again, but what we're going to do, and I think I've shown this before, we're going to go 450 in height, in width, but over here we're going to take the lock off, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to go 300. Now, you shouldn't see too much of a big difference, maybe a slight one, but at the end of the day, it keeps it in uniform with the rest. It is a bit different. It looks a bit elongated, but hey, this is a demo. All right, so we've got the Let's Talk, we've got what we offer, we've got the expertise. Actually, hang on. There, we need to actually probably make this one smaller, so size is 90. Okay, all right, cool. Now, the reason why I wanted that space under there was because I wanted to put a button. All right, now what we're going to do here is I'm going to get a button here. Can I come over to elements? All right, and I'm just going to go button. All right, and then I'm just going to go drag and drop that button into here. Now, because I've actually added some space under the container, now I've got some space between the button and the text. I'm going to change the button a wee bit. I'm going to give it some roundness on the ends. So I'm just going to go to border, come over to corners, and do 100% or 100 radius so that we've got that roundness. The text is a wee bit small. I need to make that a bit bigger. So let's just make that 18. Let's see if that's okay. Yep. We'll make that 18. We'll make the text a little bit more bold. We'll go semi-bold and we'll keep it white. Let's come over to here, right, into here, and we're just going to put in connect with us. You can see that I'm actually trying to use words that are not, or just different from what you normally see. Let me put this, or titles, I should say. You can put a sublabel, up to you. If you put a sublabel, you can put in here, let's talk. Okay. All right. You can put an icon if you want to. I'm just going to leave it like that. If you do put an icon, you can put it on the left or right. So if I put one on the right, and I'm going to look for, let's just say, a phone. Let's go for phone. See what comes up. There you go. Let me do that one there, and then update. All right. So that's what you get. Okay. Pretty much. Let's just stay with that. And what I'm going to do now is let's have a look at that spacing. That spacing top and bottom might be a bit too much. Let's chop that down a wee bit. I'm going to go down to about 10. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to actually add that as a favorite. So I'm going to come over to the star here. I'm on the button. I'm going to come over to the star. And I'm going to add that as a favorite. Now, you can see the name for that button already exists. I'm just going to say connect with us button. Now, I like to make sure that the buttons that are relative to that website are actually filed away under the correct the website or project that I'm working on. So I don't want to put it in just buttons. I don't want to get lost in the whole sort of group buttons section. So I'm just going to come over here, and what you can do is you can add a new section, all right? And you can call it whatever the project name is. In this case, I've already got one, which is called sample website there, and I'm just going to add it into that, all right? And then create the button. All right, so now what we have is a button that we've saved that we can now go onto the next tab and actually add that button. So let's come over to here, elements. I'm going to scroll down to sample website here, and you can see that button. That's where we've saved that button. So we're just going to drag and drop that into here. Cool. Next tab, same thing. Come into elements, sample website. There. Drag and drop that button in here. And lucky last. Yeah, lucky last. Grab that button again. So you're not having to recreate the same thing all the time. Okay. All right. So now what we have, I think this is the reason why I wanted that to fill up the whole screen, but to try and keep it in line with the outside, but that's okay. I'll leave it like that. So now we have pretty much what we've done up here. So when we go onto each tab, that's what you're going to see. And you can see it stays active. When you hover over it, it goes that color. When you click on it, it stays active and all that. Now, just a bit of a heads up on the button. You want to maybe before you save it as a favorite, just add the link that it's going to. So if it's going to the form, then make sure you make sure you put a link to that form, if you like, and that will generally be a block, which is a bit further down so if I was going to do that, I'd go block. Actually, hang on, let me just come down here. So this whole map thing is a block. All right, that's a block. All right, so the form's actually where the block is. That block just says block. What we're going to do is we're going to rename that block. Click on the pencil there and call that contact form. Okay. And then make sure you go enter. All right, just go enter, because that will then save it. Okay, there's no other way to save it but just go enter. All right, so what we're going to go now what we're going to do now is come to this block here, okay, and then we're going to link it to that block. So I'm going to go block, and then then we'll have a look for the block here, and then you can see contact form. Is it contact form or contact us? I can't remember what I said. Must be contact form there. Okay, and then update. So make sure you do that. If the actual button goes to the same place, make sure you lock in the block or wherever it's going to on the page. Make sure that's locked in, but name the block so that you can actually easily find it. Because as you can see, there's got block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. You don't know which block it is, right? So name the block so that you know which block to connect it to. Okay. All right, so that's the tabs. Now that's actually taken longer than I thought it would, but I needed to add some clarity on that because this one here I wasn't too happy with anyway. So I'm going to delete that. Yay. And I don't know, I kind of like this one that I did before, so I'm just going to delete this one that I just done. So a bit of a waste, but hey, anyway, just delete that. Cool. All right, now I need to add some space in between that and that. So let's just add some space. This time I'm going to do the spacing on the inside of the borderline of the block line, if you like, perimeter. And I'm just going to add 50, maybe even more. We'll go 6, we'll go 80. Okay, cool. All right. So we've got the tab done, all that sort of thing. I want to just do something quite different here. I'm going to add some more spacing in this. Let's just give it probably about 40 and see what happens. We'll make that 30. And then I just want to add some roundness to these corners. So I'm going to come up to the border here, come over to corners. Oops. Come over to corners, and I'm just going to add a little bit of roundness. Let me just put 17 on there. Great. And just for a bit of an effect, I'm going to go box shadow here, click on there, and come down to Excel. And we'll just add a little bit of a shadow. You could probably just slightly see it, a little bit of a shadow there. Okay, well, now let's get on to the next part. Let's do the footer first. You're going to put your logo there. So I'm going to choose my logo that I had up the top there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Actually, I don't even know what logo did I have up there. Unlock potential. That's what I had. I need to try and find that one again. There. Okay. Let's stick that one in there. All right, so it's all white at the moment. I'm just going to change these text to white. So I'm just going to, so I've clicked on one. I want to click up and so I can select them all. Go to text and change that all to white. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to do every individual one. White, text white. I think what's going to happen is that we're going to probably, some of the stuff might actually fall into next week, but that's okay. And over here is white too. Let's make that white. Okay. Oh, why isn't that not called white? Cool. Let's just make all this black now in the background. Is it black or is it sort of like yeah, it is. Okay. There. Great. Got that done. Over here, the next block, we're going to make that black as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got all that done. I'm going to change a few things here. Over here, I'm going to put elevate. this is all going to be changed once the new owner of it's going to once they get it right. So elevate, and I'm just going to put this year's thing, but it gives you a really good example of what it actually looks like, with something instead of just generic text and stuff like that. So, all right. So, in terms of, say, for instance, this, right. If you're an online business and that, you need to actually have privacy. Cookies is really something you should have in terms of service, but you want to have you also want to have a refund policy, but you might have that in your terms and services anyway. But it's always good to actually have it kind of like, even if it goes to the same page, also have a link to the terms and services if your refund policy is actually in that as well. Same thing goes for privacy. If everything is actually in that whole terms and services, they don't actually have to be separate pages. They can all just be on the one page, but they'll be just on separate sections, if you like. You can have it there too as well. Cookies, yeah, you can do that as well. They can all be on the same page, and if you know how to actually jump to actually make a link to go to a certain part of a page on another page, then, if you've watched some of my stuff that I've done before, I show you how to do that. You can do that. Otherwise, just stick to doing separate pages. It's really up to you. Just more work involved. That's all. All right. So now that we've done that, what I want to show you is how you could probably create that. And I have done this I have shared this with other people. It's called my super prompt. I've actually locked it into my chat GPT in order to, every time because I don't want to sort of keep looking for the prompt. So what I do is I've actually locked it in so that it remembers my prompt, my super prompt. Take as long as necessary, Peter. This series is filled with valuable, useful, and actionable knowledge. Thanks so much for sharing this. You're welcome, Tyler. All right, so I've locked my super prompt in so that when all I got to do is actually say put in a few words, and it'll actually initiate my super prompt. So I'm going to just go here. What it's called is called what what you call it, call to action or whatever to actually make it come up. This is what I put in here as this use super prompt, and it knows what to do. Right. Oh, had a bit of a hyphen on that. I don't know if it would understand it. I'm sure it will. Okay, activating super prompt now. Please tell me exactly what task or idea you'd like to focus on. The super prompt can help with anything from AI apps, marketing plans, website building, branding, SEO, product creation, cultural storytelling, chatbot design, political strategy. I stuck that one on there, put it a political strategy, fitness and mindset plans, or even personal legacy projects. Just complete the sentence. I want to create whatever it is, or create, build, solve, and insert the idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to copy that. Now, not all the time will it actually give you this kind of feedback, if you like, or call to action. Every time is different, so I don't always get this. So I want to create legal pages for my website, elevate .cm, I think it's called. Okay. Perfect. Blah, blah, blah. Disclaimer, privacy policy. Before we generate, please confirm the following so we tailor these to your exact needs. What does your website offer? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so from all that, I'm not going to go through the whole lot, right, because this will just take forever. But it's basically asking me now if my site, actually, just to see, I don't think my site is live. Okay. You're welcome, Nancy. Let's get back to here. Right, so it's just asking me a few questions. We'll create the so what does your website offer, e.g. online courses, coaching? I'm just going to put all this affiliate links. We'll go to there. Okay, so I'm going to go number one, which is this here. Number one is, okay, the following, which is the that. And then I'm going to go next line, number two. Do you collect any user data? Yes. All three. Yeah, I'm just going to go yes, all three. It actually knows which number that it's corresponding with. Yes, all three. And then number two and number three. Do you serve visitors outside of New Zealand? Yes. So it knows where I am, obviously. Do you use cookies or third-party tools? Yes. So instead of actually just typing up the whole thing, right, five, do you have a refund policy or sell anything directly on the site? Yes, I sell on site, and I have a refund policy of 14 days. I'm going to let it guess the rest. 14 days. Once you've answered those, I'll generate 5 pages. So it's going to generate all 5 pages, properly structured, professional, and optimized for SEO and AEO. Would you like me to pre-fill with default assumptions? Yep. For now, and you can adjust later. Or do you want to answer each of those now? And I'm just going to put in here. Please pre-fill. Oops. With default assumptions. I don't have time to answer more questions. Oh, these dreaded Mac ones are back again. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Now, listen, guys, this super prompt, and I know I've actually given it out before. If you do want it, I'm not going to paste it into the chat because I don't really want to share it with everybody who is not here. All right. If you want that, please just reach out to me, message me, and I will give it to you. All right. All right. So here we go. We've got. Let me just start off with the privacy at the moment. At elevate.cm, your privacy is important to us. This privacy policy explains how we can collect, use, and protect your information when you interact with our website, products, and services. Personal information, name, and blah, blah, blah. Automatically collected data, IP address, blah, blah, blah. How we use your information. All right. So look, and it's even got my support email address there. So at the end of the day, this is such an easy way to do your product. Obviously, read through it, make some adjustments, add stuff to it if you have to. But, and there's enough there that it's not a lot where you have to put it all on separate pages. So you could actually add this all onto one page and just have the links going to the same page. And like I said before, if you know how to do it, you can actually hyperlink it to each link to the different sections on the page. All right, so that actually falls on that. If you want to, if you click on the cookie policy, then boom, it'll just hyperlink you to the cookie policy, which is on that same page as the rest of them, right? Because nothing worse than if you go to the same to the one page URL, and then you got to scroll down to try and look for cookie policies. Try and make the journey, or try and make browsing on your site easy for the user. All right, let's go back to here. Okay. kind of explanatory on that one. You will need to create another page. Obviously, it's still a one-page website because those other pages are not really seen, perceivably by the user straight away. So you're only going to see the one page. But at the end of the day, it's still a one-page website. Now, what was next? Anyway, okay, the scrolling text. Let's go back to our website that we're trying to emulate and just see how far off the mark see how far on the mark we are, or how close to the website we are on with this one here. Okay, so I think we've done pretty much really good up until this point. Let's go to the website that we are actually emulating. Okay, which is this one here. Hi. So we've pretty much done all this stuff here. Did we have? Yeah, we did. We had testimonials, just different to that. That's all. And we've done this. Okay, so the other part is, let me just refresh this again, is that we want this scrolling text. All right, I will put the link for that into the chat, but we want the scrolling text down the bottom. This is not something that is built into Groove. This is something that you would have to use a third-party platform to do. But however, it's an effect for your website. Like, it's just something that that is moving on your website, and just gives it a little bit of an edge, if you like. So let's go to where I get that from. There's quite a few different places you can get these. You can get this scrolling text from, but I've tried a few and I've come up with this one here, which is Marquee Generator. And I will just grab the link in here and paste it in the chat. Hopefully that goes in. Here we go. All right. So all you got to do here is you can do things like, okay, if I want to put an icon in there, you actually don't have anything to put an icon in here. And in that case where you don't actually have like anything to click on to put an icon, I'm not too sure what it is on a Mac, but I know on a window, if you click on the Windows key, right, and you hold that down and you click on then you also press on the period or the dot, whatever you want to call it, key, then you won't see it. You can't see this, but a little window has popped up with emojis. All right, so I'm just going to put that one there. See, it's come up on the thing there. So, and I'm just going to copy and paste that for each particular section thing I do. You can see as I do that, it changes over here. So I'm just going to copy that. We have various expertise in affiliate marketing. What else? And then I space, and then I'm just going to paste that arrow again. And then have you added text to your super prompt? If so, I'll message you for the update. Oh, right. Okay. Is that the one I shared? Is that the one I shared a while back? Okay. Not sure, Johan. I'll have to try and figure out if I did or not. Okay, we have various expertise in affiliate marketing. Our website designers are highly skilled in design as well as SEO and a EO. And this, and then let's just put another arrow in there. So you can see it being created over the side here, right? So on a Mac, just in terms of actually just go maybe even ChatGPT, but just ask for what is the Apple or the Apple option for the PC shortcut Windows plus dot, if you like. Just put the dot thing in there, not the word dot. All right. What else can we put in here? We help. I don't want to start with we again. Do you have e-commerce? E-commerce requirements? Do you have e-commerce? Or I'll just leave it like that. Requirements. Let's put a dot on that there. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. I'm just going to do one more there, and show on there. Better talk to us, chat with us. We can help. One more on there. Are you looking at? Are you wanting a phone app for your business? Talk to us first. For advice and implementation. All right. Okay. I think I've done enough there. Cool. Cool. Good to know, Kim. Press Control, Command, and Spacebar. Oh, right. There's about 3 different things. Okay. As well as SEO. We can help. I'm just trying to. Do you want? Oh, okay. So you can see it all being created on the side. Like you can see the finished product there. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to. I want it to come from the left. Okay. I want to slow the speed down a wee bit. Okay, about there. Oops. Oh, that's too slow. Maybe it's too slow. A bit more. All right. Great training, Peter. Thank you, Sam. Okay. Font color, we will make that white. Let's just drag that up to there. And the background color, I think we should actually have the background color. I want to make that transparent if I can. Actually, we'll just go black because we'll just go black because that's going to be the same color as the background. Padding, I want to make a bit less. Okay, so let me just go 10. The font is a bit too big. I want to make that, let's make that 18. Why has that gone 67? 18. Padding, let's make that there. Line height, I'm just going to go bring that line height down a bit. Okay. All right. I think we've got everything there. Okie dokie. And let's just go generate. Or was that on auto already? Let's go generate. See what. Boom. Okay, I think that's done anyway. 10 line height 67. Yeah, that's done. I'm going to just copy all this. This is the code. Copy that. And then I'm going to come over to here. All right. And click on embed your code here. Click on the config, paste, and then save. Now, let's have a look to see. Let's have a look to see if we can get a preview on this, because I haven't had much luck with previews on this on the Groove lately. So let me just try this. See if I can get a preview. Hoping. Get rid of some of these stuff here. It says to wait. Wait. All right. So yeah, I'm having problems getting previews. So what I might do here, I'm just going to have to refresh this, by the way. So I've saved it all. It's kind of got itself stuck. It's frozen. All right, I'm just going to exit page. Okay, guys, I'm just going to exit page because it's actually it's done the all snap on me. I don't know whether it's anything to do with Groove or whether it's my browser, but I'm just going to go back to it again. And share screen. Which is this one, I think. Yep. I'm going to take my, just going to do that. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back to the website again. Hopefully that code is still in there. Yep. I'm going to try one more. No, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and publish this. I'm going to use a Groove subdomain. So I'm just going to put in here sample website. And see if I can actually do the whole publishing and do it like that. Yeah, Dr. Lisa says she's had some pains with preview. Okay, I want to check this out, make sure this works. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, guys, here it is. All right, this is the live view. Let's see if all this works. Yay, 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 cool. We'll probably actually talk about these next week. I'll do like pop-ups for these. Cool, got the form, and there's the scrolling text. All right, so very cool. That's your one-page website, pretty much. And like I said, we will cover this next week as well. So that thanks, Kim. So that we can what do you call it? Complete it. Pain points preview. Cool. Any other comments in here? You guys got any questions? Any questions that you want to ask me with regards to all this? Right. All right, guys. Now for the special moment, and that is to actually get a winner, because next week I will probably during the week I will need to connect with you and get some information or give you a task to create some information through ChatGPT where you can create the content and stuff that you're going to need for your website, and I'll add that in. So pretty much we'll be looking at next week having whoever wins their website with the images and stuff like that. If you're happy with some of the images that I've put on there, by all means, we'll leave them there if that's actually in your wheelhouse of what you do. But otherwise, if it's different, then please share those images with me. What else? We've got a question here. Johan has got a question. Where are you, Johan? Where was it? That question was a while back, was it? Where was your question? Oh, I've just lost it now. Here we go. Oh, that was the same question that you asked me before, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Johan, not from you. Probably have a bunch when I try it myself. So I'll see you next week. Stick around, Kim. I'm going to announce the winner. You're in there in terms of being in the draw. So just stick around. We'll only be a minute away. Tyler says thank you. Okay, guys. Here we go. We've got some names in here. We've got about who else? Have I missed anyone? I haven't included myself, of course, and I haven't included Karen, because Karen's one of the Leader Unite people. I just want to make sure I've got everybody. I think I have. Sorry, guys, I'm just actually having a quick look. Okay, and Tyra, I've included you as well. So you put so much effort into supporting me. It's the least I can do. All right. Let me go to the page. We're going to do the draw. It's going to be live right in front of your eyes. So here we go. Okay. We've got Samir, we've got Kim, we've got Nancy, we've got Johan, Dr. Lisa Brooks, and Tyra. Have I missed anybody? Please let me know if I've missed anybody. I answered your question. Please let me know if I've missed anybody, because I know some people have actually joined in the initial first 1 or 2 weeks. They may have been able to catch up on. Didn't we have we had Lucy. We had Lucy. Just a sec. I'm just going to share this tab just a sec. Let me fix something in here. All right. Let's share this tab again. All right, I think fun. Yes, screen. Okay, here we go. So we have Kim, Samir, Nancy, Johan, Dr. Lisa Brooks, Lucy, and Tyra. Are you guys ready? Here we go. I'm just going to click on the or press the center. Sure. Click to spin. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. Oh gosh. Tyra, you won. That was a close call, actually. That was between you and Kim. So Tyra, you are the lucky winner for the website. and I no doubt I will be connecting with you to see what you want to do with it. Okay, guys, let me just get out of here and put me in there somewhere. Where are we? Okay, thanks for joining me. We have gone probably about quarter of an hour over the time, but some of it was necessary because we definitely had quite a bit to cover. Tabs was one which I really wanted to make sure that you guys understood how to do it from scratch rather than just use the pre-made one, because you're very limited with that. Yeah. But other than that, I think we've covered just about everything. We just got to do the pop-ups for the information, for more information. And this is the beauty of the one-page website. You can put a lot of information on there without actually making it look cluttered. So we're just using different elements and different things that you can put in there. No, it was you, Tyra. Even your name popped up saying congratulations, well, winner or something like that anyway. Yeah, so we've covered all that. I will actually do the legal pages. Well, actually, no, because then I'll have to actually get all that information from Tyra. But like I said, it all depends on what she wants to use it for. I mean, she can hold it for a wee while. She doesn't have to put it to anything at this stage. Or if she's got a client that she wants to use it for, then that's another option as well. And of course, what will happen is they will make sure that it's responsive to devices and all that. So it's quite a big thing to win. So congratulations anyway, Tyra. Couldn't have happened to a better person. So guys, that's me for this week. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to tune in next week. We're going to be doing those pop-ups for more information and stuff like that. We may have just a little surprise next week as well, but I won't give you any indication what that is at the moment. Again, just reach out to me about the super prompt. I have a feeling, Johan, the one that's in there that you've access to, it would be the same one. If so, that's good. If I do actually need to make some amendments, I will. For those who don't know about the super prompt or want to get the super prompt, please just message me. I think most of you are actually friends with me on Facebook. Just message me and I will give you the link to get the super prompt. But I don't really want to put that in here. Okay, guys, have a good rest of the week and we will see you next week. Bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove. You gotta get into the groove.